Hi everyone and welcome. I am checking my YouTube as usual, making sure I have the event going live. If you are here, please say hi. Okay, I'm trying to make sure everything is linked up and I don't see it yet, so there we go. All right, making sure my volume is working. All right, making sure my volume is working. All right, everybody. I am going to wait just a bit and see if we can get my chat working here. All right, I think I've got my chat up. If anybody is there, please say hi so I can make sure I've got the chat working correctly. And we'll get going here. Let me just minimize a couple screens here and get going. I don't know why all of a sudden one of my programs just does not like to minimize, so I don't see my chats except on my phone, but that's okay. I will see them here on the phone. And we're going to get going. All right, so today we are going to make this beautiful card. And it is just so pretty in person. I just sometimes, even cards, like you think that they're going to show, I'm trying to see if I can get that light out of the way if it'll show better. It's got glimmer paper, but it's just so hard to see it. But it's just really pretty. So it's super easy to make. It really truly is. It looks like a lot, but the only stamping you're going to do is just the sentiment. So I chose the Just For You just because I like that it's just for you. You can do it for birthday or, many different things. All right, I'm going to make sure my chat's working here. I have to switch back and forth programs. I'm so sorry. That's why my thing won't minimize. That's all right. On the bottom right hand side, you'll see right here a subscribe. If you could subscribe to the page, that would be fantastic. And then there's a little bell there that you can click, and that will give you notifications that I am coming live. I am trying to come on Tuesdays at 2 o'clock and Saturdays at noon Pacific Standard Time. All right, I see a few people coming on. If you could just say hi, I want to make sure my chat is working because I don't know why my chat just gets kind of weird sometimes. We have two cards we're going to be making today, and both fairly simple. There's several steps, but they're simple. This die is one die. Actually, two dies. It's layered, but that's how big this is, and it just fills up the card. There's hardly any stamping, just the sentiment. And so I'm going to show you how to create this card first. I did the envelope to match, and then on the inside, I did a little liner here. And so I'm going to show you, I'm going to set that aside. And I also wanted to quickly talk about the pick tool. This is such a cool tool. It has your little putty at the end to pick up sequins and different things that you need. On this end, you have your pokey tool. All you do is turn this and turn it over, and you have a little spatula on the other end. Okay, so I tend to use the pokey tool the most, so I leave it there, but I do use the spatula. I'm glad that they put these on the same tip. But then you also have your score tools too, and you have the smaller one and the larger one, and I just keep that into a drawer right here next to me in case I need to grab it, so that's super cool. All right, so here we go. Let's get started. I see several of you on there. There's no chat though, so I'm hoping that it's working. All right, so first what I want to do is introduce you to the Misty Moonlight paper. And I'm going to grab, I have a little paper here with the supplies, and I'll show it to you in a little bit too. With the different cards that I'm doing, I wanted to pull these next to me so I have them, especially with the new names. So the Misty Moonlight is the paper, and look how pretty this paper is. Let me grab a Night of Navy so you can just kind of see the difference. So this is Night of Navy. So, I mean, they're beautiful together, but that is the difference. And this is just such a nice, soft blue. And then the other items we're going to be using, the butterfly dies are called Butterfly Beauty. And this is, look how many, oh, look, I've done a little bit of cutting. This is the die set. So you have your bolder image here, and this is one die. And I'm going to show you right up here, not in my trash can, up here, how it comes out. It's amazing. And then this one is the outline that goes on top. So you'll see the blue here is the first one, and then the white, the sparkle shimmer paper, is the second one. Okay, but look at all these other little butterflies. Every little butterfly, and then you have some little flowers. I really like this right here. We didn't use them in here. We only used the two large ones today. But I'm going to show you how we're doing those. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these off for now. I like to put my dies on these Stampin' Storage magnetic plates, and then the pouches here. They're all from Stampin' Storage. I know I get asked often about it. And on my blog, on the right-hand side, you'll see Stampin' Storage. There's a link there. And you can just click on there and it'll take you right to their website. And see, these are some other ones that I did. And I'll show you some examples too, but look how pretty these are. So there's a foil one. There's another Misty Moonlight. I did another foil one. This is out of the peacock paper, these two are. And then I just did a black. And these are the same dies, but let's say there's that, or you can put the green on top of the blue. Look how pretty that is. But I'll show you some other examples because I've got some other cards to show you. But let's get this one created. So we're using these dies, and we're using the Vibrant Vases. This is retiring. So, but I love these sentiments. You are loved always, just for you, which is the one we're using today. Here, like I said, you could use this for birthday or thinking of you or anything. So I really like that, to have that as a sentiment. I like them kind of general. If I put a sentiment on, a lot of times I don't do it until I'm about to send it. But anyway, this is a really cute set, Vibrant Vases. And there's a punch to it. Here's a, see, sometimes I just throw the things in here that I have extra of, but here are the vases, just so you can kind of see. So I made a couple. And then some of the sentiments. I just leave them in because when I pull it out and want to use it, there might be something already created that I could use. Okay, so let's get busy. So what we're going to first do is I'm going to put these aside. Now I've showed you, I've scored this. It's a regular A2 size card. And I've mentioned before that I like to take my paper. I've learned from Kylie Bertucci, I believe she's in Australia. I really like what she did, and she took her DSP and she cuts it down. And what I wanted to share with you is I cut mine to 4 to 6. So these are 4 to 6. This designer series paper here is called Flowers for Every Season. And what I liked about cutting these down is these come 6 by 6. So you get these 2 pieces. Okay, so this is obviously don't go together, but you get 6 by 6. So when you cut it 4 to 6, this is what you get, and you get this piece. This is easily a strip for across the card, down the side of a card. Cut it to go on the bottom of your envelope like we did here. It does not fit the bottom of your card, sorry, not your envelope. It does not fit across your envelope, okay? Not these envelopes. So, I mean, you might have smaller size ones it would be perfect for. But I saw a lot of use for the smaller ones, okay? And the longer sheets that we're going to use, we have, I cut this one down already, but look at this. This is a 4 by 6. So I cut it to 4 by 5.5, and I'm going to put this on the bottom of the inside of the card. So on my panel, I'm just going to go ahead and put that at the bottom to add some decoration on the inside. So this little piece will not go wasted. So cutting them 4 by 6, you're going to get a lot of use. It comes like this. So your package is going to come like this. And I showed this in previous video of all the designs in it, but I just kind of wanted to give you an idea. Okay, so we've got our card base, we've got our panel, and the panel here is four by 5.5. So you're just going to place it right on the card. 4 by 5.5. You're going to have a little bit of color on each side. I did the same for vellum. So see how soft the flowers in the background are. Here they are compared. This has vellum, this does not. Because this is kind of a busy image and the colors are alike, by adding the vellum, you're just going to lighten this up so that this is your main focus, but you've got this beautiful background. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add the vellum here. Now we're going to do some cutting. We're going to do the blue first. This is the Misty Moonlight, the new color, the new in color. And I'm going to just align it. And I cut it the same as the card. Obviously, this is going to fit on the front of the card. So you just want to make sure that you're going to get a good coverage. So let me cut that out really quick. I like to run it through 2 times because it is an intricate die. So I like to just run it through 1 time and then bring it back. All right, so we're going to set this one aside. Make sure it's cut. Yep. See how well it cut? All right, so we're going to put that aside, and we're going to now take our Glimmer Sparkle. I don't know if you can see it. My chat's, if somebody could just say hi so I know my chat is working, that'd be awesome. I know I had issues with it the other day, but it seems like everything's working right now. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and do the top liner with the Sparkle Glimmer paper, which is retiring, you guys. All the glimmer paper is leaving. The current glimmer paper, the gold, the champagne, I think, the white. I think there's a pink. They're all leaving. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up this paper that I have here, a grid sheet that I was using, and I'm just going to clean out these so you guys can see how well they clean. So I'm just going to pull this off. You want to be careful because they've got the little antennas, and you don't want those to, look at this. Okay, so you just got to be careful of your antennas. Like I said, I run it through 2 times. You don't want to rip your little antennas, so you got to be really careful. All right, so there's that one. I'm going to toss that. I'm going to move these aside. All right, so now I'm going to continue just cleaning these out. And I decided to do this on screen because it really does just fall apart. Notice I don't have my nails anymore, you guys, and so now it's kind of weird. But now I just have this strengthening gel on them, hoping that they'll strengthen because my nails are just so weak. They just fall right off. They peel and they bend really easy. So I'm trying to put strengthening on them and be careful. I told my husband, I guess no dishes. He didn't go for that, but that's all right. I'm just trying to be really careful with them, see if I can keep them strong. Put some strengthening. So you can see that this pokey tool just goes right through. I mean, something satisfying about a die that just cuts out perfectly and you don't have to struggle with it. And this is glimmer paper, you guys. This has that backing on here and it still just works fine. And yes, I have a brush. I could brush it. I don't have my foam mat. I don't know what happened to it. Which is still okay. I do it on my hand a lot, but I just wanted to show you guys how great this works. I'll do the brush on the other one. All right. And I actually have a blue one that I have cut out, but all right, so there's the one, all done. All right, so there's that one. And then so this one, I like to poke out the antennas just so I make sure that those don't get caught. And then let me find my little brush. Now, this tool has a brush adapter too, but I have so many brushes, you guys, that I just decided I'm going to just use what I've got for now. Eventually I will get it because I love this tool and it would be nice to just have, you know, one tool. All right, so there it pops right out. There's a couple little pieces there, so I'm going to put that aside. And then I'll just do this in my hand. I don't have my little mat. I need to get one because I had one years ago and I don't know what happened to it. All right, so there's a couple little pieces here, so I'm just going to poke those out and then we're ready. Aren't these dies gorgeous, you guys? All right, so there are our 2 dies, so let me take this. Look how easy that was. And now you're going to see what a great result you get. Now I wanted to show you too, with this Butterfly Beauty, and I'm going to show you the supplies, and I posted this in the supplies too. This is the current catalog, and there's a set called Beauty Abounds, and I would have used one of these stamp sets, and I love this bokeh, the bubbles, and just this distress stuff here. But I love the sentiments and the fonts, and the little dies, I believe, go with these 2. That's why they're shaded, and it says it coordinates with the butterfly dies. I saw the butterfly dies and I fell in love with them. I bought them right away, and I didn't even realize that it went with a set. So this is on its way to me, but I love these. A friend is someone who chooses you out of a whole world of people. And then our friendship isn't one big thing, it's a million little things. I mean, how cute is this? Thanks, hello, for you. Anyway, I just really like that set. So I am linking this also, just so you guys can see it. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to start putting everything together. I'm going to pull out my silicone mat. For those that don't know, a silicone mat is great to glue on and do lots of detail stuff like this onto it so that you don't get glue on your table and it goes just on your project. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. And I have a feeling this glue is going to run out, but I pulled out another one. So let's try and use what we got here. There we go. All right. And again, this multi-glue, you do not need a lot, you guys. It's just, I just make sure, let's see if I can not get the glare. There you go. Just enough to put on there. All right, so this opens on the side. I wanted to see where it's at. And I just want a little bit of blue on both sides. And I like to look at the top, just make sure. And I know I'm going to have to cut a little bit at the bottom, and I'm okay with that. Just kind of make sure it's aligned. When you open it up, well, there really isn't that much. Okay, so I'm good. All right, so now, when you glue vellum, you do not want to use liquid glue, okay? You know what? I did not share my link over, so let me do that really quick. I forgot. Silly me. All right. All right. Sorry about that. I totally just forgot to switch it over. Okay. So now what you want to remember with your vellum is you don't want to use liquid glue because liquid glue will start crinkling your paper up. So what I do is kind of think about, I'm going to set this aside, kind of think about the placing of your butterfly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay that down. I'm going to take my glue and I just kind of, and I like to do it in my hand because I don't want to have to try to pick it up again. Get the little antennas there, get these, and just randomly kind of just put little dots everywhere. I see one little spot that didn't come out. Here we go. All right. So there's a lot of solid spots that you could glue. Just kind of go around. Especially on the bodies and the tails of the butterfly. All right. Okay. So what I do is just kind of go in between. I see another little spot on the blue. There we go. Oops. And you can get those out afterwards too, but there we go. All right, so then just start on the little butterfly, just start on one. What's great about the multi-purpose glue is it gives you a little bit of wiggle space, right? Okay, so those are down. And if it's off a tiny bit, it's really not a big deal. It slides. You can get it right into place. I'm going to lift that antenna up. Just kind of lay it down where you want it. Okay. And then I want these little guys right on top, so just slide them over a little bit. There we go. All right. That was not hard. Oh, except you've got my head in there. Sorry about that. All right, so there's that. Oops, there's one little guy down here trying to sneak away. And if you hold it just for a second, it will hold. But like I said, if it's not exactly on top, that does not bother me at all. Like this guy may not even have any glue on him. Because he's not even trying to stay. All right. So now you can take this back. Let me move this out of the way. And now you're going to just kind of figure out where you are going to want this. So you realize that you can glue several places your vellum down, okay? And it's really not, you're really not going to see much because it is underneath your butterfly. So what I do is I take, let me see what I just did with it. I just have it. Okay, here we go. Take your snail. And snail runner, for those, I know I have a lot of new people that watch, but snail runner is, this is what this called. It's slow. You just roll it. So I tend to put it on here. I just put it, I know the sentiment's going to go over there. I know there's a butterfly there, the big butterfly in the middle, and then just kind of make sure it's all on there. Okay, so that's fine. So that's the first thing I do. And then just align this on there. Okay, the next thing what I like to do is I put a glue dot in every corner. So take your glue dot and then just put it, I put it where the dark print is, so you really can't see it. It's just a little trick. If you put it where the dark color is, you really can't tell that it's a glue dot. Okay. And people aren't looking for that anyway. It just kind of helps your corners stay down. All right, so there you go. Got that down. Now what we're going to do is we are going to pop our little guy up. So we need some dimensionals. So I have some regular and I have some mini ones. So the regular, when you get down to the end like this, don't waste it. I'm just going to cut them up smaller because this is a smaller project. And then just kind of start putting them randomly. Nobody's going to try and, you know, the cards, I think the card's going to be fine not having to be, you know, some people think that they have to put foam squares or glue dots or whatever on the back of everything, and you do not. You do not have to do that. Just, I like to get it in the corners though, so that it doesn't get picked up by a corner somewhere. So I try to, and if there's a solid spot, of course, let me put some more. And these are kind of big. I don't need them that big. All right, so just take your stuff and start putting it where you think. Now we're getting to some smaller pieces down there. So I'm going to put this here. And now I'm going to go to small pieces. I have some small ones here. I'm going to put that there. All right, I'm going to go smaller even. Let's see right here. This one is cut in half. So you just want to kind of get them on there where you think that it's, oops. I'm going to put one in the middle. All right, and I'll put this one here, and then I think I'm good. Oop. All right, so I'm good with all that. So let's tear this off. Bring our card back in. Well, this is kind of easier without nails, this part. Oops. Except I just try to pull up one that's not stuck. This one's not even sticky. I don't like that one. Let's go here. Get another one. I have several examples to show you using this die. The cards, I just was going butterfly crazy that day. Some different techniques, different looking. Okay, so we're going to add this on here. Put it like that. Look how easy that card became so quickly. All right, I'm going to use my white paper here with my Just For You and my memento. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me. I am trying to start a regular schedule on YouTube and do Tuesdays and Saturdays, but also randomly I'm sure I'll be putting some other videos up. So if you can subscribe and do the little bell there for notifications. Okay, I really like just the oval punch, and I'm using the 1 3/4 and 7/8. And then I took some foam squares and put it up. All right, so there's that. And now the only thing I need is some sequins. Let's move this aside. This ribbon is also from this set. Look at this, the blue and white ribbon. Okay, it's called Flowers for Every Season Ribbon Combo. Look at this. It's like a linen, a white linen, and then the gingham. So pretty. And I'll link it all. I'll show you in just a bit here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a bow. And I'm going to do a double bow just to pop up there. We're going to put our sentiment right about there. So I'm going to add that now. And I just kind of like to, I put it underneath the little antennas there. Okay, and now I'm going to do a double bow. So what I like to do is I like to put it in my middle finger and my thumb and kind of down a little ways. And then this, of course, gauges the size of your bow. And I want it fairly small. And I'm going to do a double bow. So you go around figure 8 2 times, okay? And then you cut it down a little ways to have some string. You go all the way over. And then you come back through here. And then you pull it. Okay, I'll do it one more time. You're going to hold your finger here. You're going to do a figure 8 twice. You're going to go all the way over. Then you're going to come back up through here. And because you have your tail up here already that you started with, you're going to pull this tail up there too, okay? And then you go. Cute little bow. And then you're going to take a glue dot. I like to put my item onto the glue dot. Just push it down, slide it off, and I'm going to put it right above. I want to kind of tuck it in. Right there. Then you can kind of figure out your tails, how long you want it. I don't want it that long. Okay, and if you look at it closely, let me see if I can get it. It has a little silver thread around it. You could undo this, and then you would have a blue, a white, and then there's a little silver. See if you can see that. Okay, so now we've got that far, so let's put our ribbon back. And now the thing I have left to do is I like to do bling, of course. So let's clean this up. All right, so we need some bling. Oh, and then there's some other things too, really quick. Okay, let me not forget. All right, so now we need a little bit of bling. We need to make this. So I'm going to take my little spatula now and turn this over on my little tool for the spatula. All right, we're going to add, whoops, it just wanted to jump on. I like to add the large one there. And then I like to add the little body, 1, 2, 3, 4, to there. So I'm going to cut that off. These right here are attached. So you're just going to, and because this has glitter, I like to just add a little bit of glue. Just a little bit. All right, so we're going to line those up and add that on. Okay, now the other thing I like is I love these new metallic pearls. And our next card's coming up. This one's just about done. All right, so I'm going to just take a couple. Odd numbers is good. So I think I'll do 3 because I love these things. I absolutely love these metallic pearls. And these almost look blue, but they're silver. But they almost look blue, don't they? And then of course they have the gold ones in there too. These, I just ordered like 5 more packs of these. I just love these. They're just tiny enough to add a little something. All right, so there's that. Now what we're gonna do, like I showed you, we have that paper. Oh, where did my paper go? Here we go. And remember, it's cut the 6 by 4, and we cut off the edge, so we're going to add that onto the inside. Here we are. Here's our inside panel. I like to bring this back in for glue. We're going to just add this. And it just accents our inside of the card. Oops, I like it. Looks like it should go this way. All right, just align it across the bottom. I like to just go like this because it does give you a little time for wiggle room. We're going to adhere this on the inside. All right. All right, there's the inside. Now quickly I'll show you the envelope. What I like to do is I like to have my paper out. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of paper like this, and I like to fold it like this over, okay? Now you're going to take your glue and you're just going to lightly, it does not need to be heavy, this is amazing glue. All right, you're just going to lightly go like that. You're going to take this piece of paper, so you get 4 pieces of this. So that's 2 cards and 2 envelopes, okay? And then you, of course, your insides. Then you still have that strip that we cut that you saw at the beginning. Okay, so now I just kind of like to get the corners wet. And I like to go down here, just lay it all the way across your envelope. Okay, now it's on your envelope. Just kind of run your finger across so it has a little time to slide down or whatever it needs to do. And now it's on. All right, now all you do, and you still have this paper you can use for insides of cards or to accent a card, or, you know, you still have. All right. I usually like to do this with the larger scissors, but. And just slide it around, just kind of go around the corners smooth. And there you go. Now you have your envelope and your card. It's decorated on the inside. I tend to take this and just cut this off. Doesn't have to be straight. I'm going to recut it anyway when I do it. And then I take it and I put it back in here. So remember at the beginning, we still have these strips from when we cut the paper down. These I have left over from other cards I've done. But I'm keeping them because I could do a quilt card or something, and there's so many things you can do. All right, so there's your first card. I hope you liked it. Did you guys like it? Look how simple that was with just having that great big die. It just adds so much. Of course, adding sparkle paper and some sequins always makes it glittery and blingy, and I like bling. Let's see if I can move this light out of the way. Okay, so now we have your envelope, your card, and your little accent on the inside. So now I have 2 full sets, and I still even have a little bit of that paper left. All right, how I like to do this is I like to fold your envelopes back. I like to take the card, put it inside, and then I like to store them away like that. That way I know it already has its envelope with the card. Okay, so then it's one piece and you just put those away. So now we're going to move on to the next card, but I wanted to show you first some other examples of with the butterfly. So these are other examples that I did. So we have this one, which is the peacock paper, and I just loved the green and I think this one is the bushel, blueberry bushel. And then here's another one, and I didn't put sentiments on these yet because I can always add those later. This is DSP in the background, and so it looks like acrylic paint, but I love the new color. This is the the Magenta Madness. Magenta Madness is this color. This one I thought was really fun. It has the copper foil. Then it has the shimmer paper on top. I don't know if it has the shimmer paper on top. And then I added the gilded gems. I embossed just because in the gold. And this is on soft suede paper. And again, we've got the DSP in the background with the brick. I thought was really pretty. And then this one I really liked. It's kind of hard to see on camera. In person, oh my gosh. So, okay, this is the glimmer paper. This in the background is the new die, and it goes with, let me see the name of it, Mini Medallion. Look at this die, you guys. And you've got some accent here, and then you've got this big die here that you can cut up. So this one I cut up just to go right on here. And I'm going to show you this technique on another video. But I'll probably do this one on Tuesday. But this technique is so simple. And so I'll use this background technique on Tuesday. I won't do the butterflies, I'll do something else. But just to show you, because this technique was so fun and it's so pretty. And then this is the peacock ribbon. It's got the peacock color on one side and I think it's old olive on the other. Super pretty. So anyway, that's what this card was. So I will show you that on Tuesday at 2 o'clock Pacific time. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next card, which is going to be so much fun. Let me pull in all the goodies. And I have some techniques to show you. All right, so we've got some Cajun craze we're using. We're going to use the Celebrate Sunflower. Under my umbrella, I really liked the Hello Sunshine sentiment, so we're going to use that. And for the dies, we're going to use the Tasteful Labels. I've got my tape there already. I'm going to use the circle. And then we're going to use the sunflower dies. So in the new catalog, this one you can get now. These 3 are from the new catalog. This, of course, is a bundle. And then this one goes with another set, but I just loved all the labels, so I had to get this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you some techniques and different things that we're going to do. And look at this ribbon. Here's, we got some new ribbon we're going to be using too. Both of these, cinnamon cider and then the bumblebee gingham. We're going to use both of those. All right, so let's get started on this card. First, what I did is I took Bumblebee and made a card base out of that. Then I took some cinnamon cider and I made this just an 1/8 inch. So it's 4 and an 1/8 and 5 and 3/8. Yes. So, but I'm going to layer up on top of that with some designer series paper. So I'm going to bring my trimmer in because we're going to save the little piece for the bottom of the inside of the card again. So we already know that this is 4 because I cut all of the DSP down to 4. So now we're going to go to 5 1/2 because we want it straight down. Oh, you know, I'm sorry. This one I went down farther. So I did 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to do that. So that just gives us a bigger piece for the inside of the card, which is right here. So we'll set that aside. Now, what we're going to do is, so this is going to layer up on top of that, but I am going to create a sunflower top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cinnamon piece and I'm going to take my sunflower and I'm going to die cut this. And I'm also going to take this and I'm going to stamp the sunflower. We're going to do that a little bit later, so I'll put that back. Let me put my butterflies away here before I... All right. So what I'm going to do really quick first is I'm going to stamp the butterfly, the sunflower, so I can die cut all at the same time. So what I did is I took this out. It's a fairly good size stamp. So let me show you what I did. Is I went ahead and took my silicone mat out. I laid that on there so it doesn't really move. I took my Cajun Craze and I inked it up. And you want to make sure it's inked up really good, especially that center. And because it's such a large piece and I'm going to die cut it, I just lay this down. Make sure you hold it in one place and make sure you cut it. Just rub it really good and then lift it up. So there's the flower. Don't worry about the outside. I rubbed it hard because we're going to die cut it anyway. So I'm just going to get this cleaned up really quick for video purposes. Just going to use this, not my scrubby. And there. All right. This is such a fun set. All right, now a secret to aligning the sunflower up. I've seen people like turn, 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 which way does it go? This is what I've done. You're going to see 2 leaves right here, and you could mark it with a Sharpie or something, but 2 leaves that really angle. You don't really see that anywhere else except these 2, like big old waves. So what I do is I just look for those 2 big angled leaves. And I think they are about right here. So, let me hold my flower out so I could see. Yeah, I think they're right here. So I just go up here and make sure it aligns, and it does. You just got to find those 2. See these 2 angled, the big angle right here. So you can see that there's this big V like right here. And then that's where they're at. So I just kind of align it to where you're happy. And then one of the biggest tools I use in my craft room is repositionable Scotch tape. It's on a tape thing. I just put it on there. I love it. All right, and so then we're going to run this one through too. So let's run these both through. And I'm going to run them through twice because I'm doing the intricate one too, which is not a big deal. All right. And this again is a fun, quick card, but I do have a technique that I did that was a lot of fun. I was kind of playing around with it and said, I wonder how this will work, and I really ended up loving it. So I'm going to pull these over. So there's my sunflower. I take this tape off and I put it back on my dispenser so I can use it next time. So the tape, I'm still on my very first roll of repositionable tape. I've had it for a long time. All right, so I'm going to put that back on here. Again, I'm going to pull in my paper to show you how nice these thighs are. And they just fall right out. Be careful, these are thin and intricate. Now there is that center spot, so like I told you, I don't know where my mat's at. So I tend to just do this, which rolls it, and I'm fine with that. It's better with your mat. I don't have it. I'm using my pokey tool, and it comes right out. Like I said, when it comes right out, I don't mind poking it out because it just comes out. I'm not fighting with it. Thanks again, you guys, for joining me. My husband went to Costco. He's like, what are you doing? We need to go to Costco. I said, oh, no, I'm crafting. So he went. I'm glad I didn't have to go. How funny is it that when he was leaving, I'm like, he had to go to the bank and to Costco. And here I am telling him, don't forget your mask. So you're going to a bank. Don't forget your mask. Weird. Just weird. All right. So that just showed you how quick and easy these dies are. They are just so easy. So I was at this point where I was thinking, okay, well, I wanted to put this on. And again, you're going to do it exactly the same. You're going to find those two, find these two, and there you go. They line right up. But I wanted to do something different because I am pulling out, I've showed you guys this before, the Forever Gold Specialty Design Series. I'm in love with this stuff. Okay, so I decided to pull one of these out. And if you haven't seen these before, whoops, let me turn them over. They're going to be in the new catalog. Oh my gosh, you guys, they are just, look at this. I just love this one. I keep pulling this one out. I have yet to use it because I just want to keep it. But look how pretty that is. And I keep telling myself, you have a whole year, you could buy more, use them, use them. So I'm using them. So this one here is the one we're going to use. Obviously, it looks like a sunflower. So we're going to use this beauty. But that's not all. We have another technique coming. So now I was looking at that thinking, all right, well, I like it. I'm putting my treasures back in, you guys. I'm not just going to throw these to the side because I don't want them to get messed up. So bear with me here. Gotta get my treasures away. I'm telling you, I just ordered another package of these. I haven't even used like 3 or 4 of these things yet. But I love it. All right. So this is the last time I used it. So I used the same one with the gold thread. Look at just what it does to cards. That stuff is, I think that's going to be a hot item. Okay, so now I got to this point and I'm like, okay, well, let's see. I'm going to put this on here and I'm going to put this on here, but I was still like, it wasn't popping enough for me. So I thought, all right, I'm going to take this and I'm going to make this. You see that? So what I did, I'm going to bring this back in. All right. I'm going to get out some gold embossing powder and my handy dandy filter. All this white is probably going to make the camera go bonkers. Sorry guys. Let's see if I can move that in. All right, so I am going to, let's just take this like this. And here's the Versamark. And I am just going to Versamark my sunflower. Just get it all. Make sure you get it all, because I'm seeing some spots that are dry. Okay, and then get that one spot that you had. Okay, now get some tweezers if you can. Remember that everything is going to stick to here. So I bend it over. All right. Now you're going to take this, your gold, and you are just going to, it's all going back in your little jar, you guys. I just dump it. Just dump it, dump it. Make sure you get it all. Be careful where you're putting your tweezers. You want to get everything. And that looks really good to me. I just try to grab between two little leaves. All right. There's still a spot that's kind of light. And you know what? It's okay. If the cinnamon shows through a little bit, it's not going to hurt anything. It is kind of a rustic, vintagey kind of look with the gold. And it's kind of funny. I did a black and put gold embossing powder on it. And then I did the cinnamon, and the cinnamon looks a little more coppery. But the reason I did the cinnamon is you did it out of the center of your card, right? Well, this is going to be your trim there, which I threw away and almost forgot that, but I got it. All right, so we got rid of the embossing powder. So now what I did is I put my tweezers in between two of the little leaf there, both branches in between, so you can hold it. Now I'm going to do my heat gun real quick. So for those that have not seen this, this is heat embossing. See if my heat gun will reach here, because I have my camera and everything. Okay, so I'm going to put that through here and turn this on. So you're melting the embossing powder, and you see it? Can you see? It's starting to turn. This is kind of one of the first things, if you're not an avid stamper and you've not seen heat embossing, this is when everybody goes, ooh, ah. Because it is an incredible technique, and it really, really adds to your card. Alright, I'm going to turn it a little bit. I just like that it added that, obviously more sparkle makes me happy. Alright, at this point I think I'm just going to pick it up. Make sure I have it all. Alright, so let's take a look. Yep, it looks like it's all done. Now remember, it will be hot at first, so you don't want to just grab it because it will be hot, but now it's fine. It's cooled off enough. So now I'm thinking, I'm liking that little extra little bling on there. So let me wipe I got my towel here. All right. Okay, so now that's looking better. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to align this up with There you are, those 2 points again, and that aligns up perfect. But I want it to stand up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my glue, go around the outside, find your 2 curves right here, and I'm going to align those up. So as long as those align at the top and I just line the bottom, then I'm okay. So what I normally do when I do that is take a block, set it on there, and just put it aside, let it dry. Okay, so now what we're going to do is you took your sunshine out of here, or your sunflower. Remember, use that space if you can for tags or whatever. Even if you're not going to use it on this card, cut it out with a die. I just cut this one out because I was doing a different card. But who wants to waste all this foil? So I used a rectangular die and cut it out. So use it. Save as much as you can. All right, so now I'm gonna, because I'm gonna pop up the sunflower, I'm gonna put all my panels flat, okay? So we're just gonna adhere them. And now I'm gonna do my designer paper. I have a quiet chat room, you guys, or my chat's not working. Say hi. I really appreciate you guys being here. And I would love to hear from you guys what you would like for me to do on the next video. I am going to do that background I told you about. And I need to try and keep my head out of the screen. I am so sorry. Okay, so we've got that. And I messed up, so this is how you unmess. Oh, it's all right. I'm gonna do it, you guys. I'm gonna do it. It's all right. I'm gonna show you how you fix it. I forgot to add our ribbon. We've got to add our ribbon first. Silly. All right. So I'm going to add this down just so it doesn't stick. And now you do your ribbon. So I'm going to do a double ribbon around here. So I just kind of want to kind of get an idea of how long. Yes, I'm going to use both of them because I just love these colors together. So again, this is the cinnamon. All the new in colors have this ribbon. Hi, Pat. So all the new in colors will come with this, and then the gingham too. I love doing the new. This is some new and some old, but I really want to focus on the new, but there's so much old that I just know it's going to be gone and it's going to be sad. And so I want to make sure people know that it's going. Got to get it. So I'm just going to make a bow with double ribbon. I love this ribbon. It's double-sided. You can just do what you want. I'm not super fussy with bows. I mean, yeah, I want them to look pretty, but all right. So I tend to tie it a little tighter, and so the hoops get bigger, and then I just kind of bring it down to the size that I want. Okay, and now I'm not going to touch it because I don't know where I'm going to slide it up or down. For those of you that came late, I ripped this part. I did a mistake, forgot my bow, so we're going to leave the bow on here for now. And I'm just going to slide it down until I decide what I'm going to do. And then we're going to add this on here. And I kind of like it. You want to make sure that it's on your card so that it's not sticking out too far for mailing purposes. And I believe I popped all of this up. So we're just going to use this. Oh, you guys, if you haven't seen the new catalog, if you are not a demonstrator or a customer who has received the catalog already, oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. All right, so I'm just kind of placing this down. I want it kind of down. I don't want it to get caught on the top. All right, so there we go. Now I'm going to take my, while I'm setting that aside so I don't forget, I'm going to take my sentiment, and I used Hello Sunshine again from, where did my stamp set go? Right here. This is current. Super cute set. There's an umbrella punch also. And there's even paper to go with it. But I'm going to use Hello Sunshine. I just thought it went really well with the sunflower. But I have to find my ink. Here we go. So I just, polymers, I tend to kind of rub a little and then I pounce. And it's going to go through the die machine, so I just want to make sure I have enough room. I'm just going to stamp up and down. Okay. So then now I'm pulling out that die that had the tape on it already. I told you I absolutely love my repositionable tape. So when I created this card, I thought I'll just leave the tape on it, knowing I'm coming right back to this one for you guys. And all right, so we're going to run this through the machine. I just run it back and forth just because I don't have to reach on the other side. All right, so there is our sentiment. Save the tape. All right. Again, these dies, you guys, look at the edges of them. They're like a crown molding and a little, I mean, they're, look at that. A lot of fun. Look at this one. Look how cute that is with the edge. It's not exactly scallop, because sometimes you don't want scallop. Scallop just looks a little too frilly, or I don't know. Sometimes I think scallop is a little more aged, like during that time where everybody was using scallop. But I really like this because it's just different. All right, so this is dry now. So I like to just kind of pull this up. And I put dimensionals. Let me grab some. I put dimensionals on the sentiment, the sunflower. I popped everything up. That's why I did the panels flat. All right, so I'm going to pop this up in the middle. Hope you guys are enjoying the card today. I kind of like, see how these leaves here are really long? These are all cluttered a little more, but these are really long. So I kind of like to put that up on the top. I don't know why. I just do. I just like that. That's where that goes. All right, so we're going to put our sentiment in the middle. And then I did glue this part onto here because I popped that up. I just want to make sure it stays on really well. All right, so I'm pulling my card back. All right, in case my fingers are dirty, I'm going to push that down, make sure it stays. Now, I'm going to bring this back in. I'm going to move my bow up. I want it underneath all the frilly. Where's my tool? There's one little leaf here. Okay, so I want to move that up. Just kind of move this to the side. If you bend this a little bit and move it over, it'll move. Then you can push this back up. So just kind of get an idea where you want it. Doesn't have to all be under or all be over, but I want to see some sparkle, some gold. All right, so now we're back to gluing this. And I like to put glue on the ribbon. Since I pulled it back up, I'm going to try and go a little closer to the edges a little. All right, so see, everybody makes mistakes, happens all the time. All right, so now we're back to putting this on right where it was. Nobody will even know. It's like magic. Oh, you guys, I keep putting my head in the camera. I tried to move it so I wouldn't bring my product off the table because I'm so bad about doing that. And so I moved the camera closer, but now my head keeps getting in the way. That's not good. I haven't colored my hair. All right. And then when you see like the little extra pieces of paper like that, just go like that and they'll go right underneath the line. All right, so now what I did at this point is let that sit and dry for a bit. Let's take the inside panel. Let's make sure this one's cut down already. Yep. And I just added this to the end. I'm not done yet. I still have some blinging to do. All right, now we're going to open this up and add it. That's my little bend up there from my disassembly. But it'll straighten up when I put all this on there. All right, there's this. All right, and I have not done, oops, I want to cut these down. And I usually do not cut them even, just because it adds just a little more. You can cut them as short or as long as you want. All right, so there's that. And now, of course, I want to add some bling to it. More bling. I know we've got all that gold going on. So I have my beautiful box of bling, and we have something new, which is our in color. I didn't do an envelope with this one, you guys, because you saw the first one when I did the envelope. And I'll show you that card again. So I'm just going to change my spatula out. And I really like the cinnamon colors here, so I'm going to just add 2 here, add 1 up here, oops, add 1 here, and that's 4. I think I'll just add another up here. They're so cute. So there we go. Oh, there's my head again. I am so sorry. Jeez. Okay, so there's that again. And then here was the original one. And then here was the first card. And then we did the envelope too on these. And I'll do the envelopes on these other 3 also. So there you go. What did you guys think? Did you like them? I hope you learned a new technique, or maybe saw a technique you haven't used in a while. Sometimes I forget that you can just emboss something and make it just add so much more, or adding an envelope or the liner on the inside just adds another element to that card. So I did list the supplies for both cards, and I will put those in the bottom of the YouTube, so you'll have those. So that's what I used on the sunflower one. And then on the first card, let's see if it's gonna, There we go. The first card. This is what I used on the first one. And I also added the Abundant Beauty, the other stamp set that I told you guys about that has the flowers and the butterflies, the Beauty Abounds. I also added that on there so you can just kind of see what that is. That's an option to go with the butterfly dies. I don't know why my transitioning is not working that great here right now. Sorry. There we go. A little slow today, but I wanted to thank you so much for joining me today and seeing these two cards I created, and both of them have designer paper on it, and I've been telling myself that this year is my designer series paper year. And when I saw that all the papers coming out in the catalog, this is the perfect year to use designer series paper. So I'm super excited to be using that, and it really just, honestly, it makes creating cards a little faster. It does a lot of the backup work for you, the background. You don't have to emboss or do other things to add more to the card, which is okay because it just adds a whole lot to the card, I think. And so these are the cards. So I know that the glare is a little crazy right now, but these are the two cards that we created. And let me show you them down here. We had a lot of fun, quick cards. They were really not that bad. When you have the designer series paper and it just adds so much, and these larger dies just makes it easy. Here's the information on my social media. I would really appreciate you guys subscribing and liking the video if you liked it. Hopefully you learned something or remembered a technique maybe that you haven't used in a while or that you've been wanting to use or seen product. If there is something you would like to see me create with, please feel free, leave me a message, let me know what product you would like me to use. If I have it, I will definitely do that for you. On my Facebook page, it is Marcy Bessaker Designs. I do post a lot of stuff there, including the links of the videos I'm going to be doing. And also some projects, or I might ask questions about different products and stuff. I have a drawing that's going to happen at the end of the month. If you purchase $50 or more from me using my monthly code, you will go into a drawing. And you can win a box of sunshine, including some free goodies that I've created and some other fun stuff. My blog is marcybessaker.com. I'd love for you to subscribe over there too, and you can get notice of things when I post and specials coming up and new products and things like that. Thanks again so much, you guys, for joining me, and I will see you Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Have a great weekend.